That doesn't happen too often, but I'm always happy when it does, so thank you. Alright, okay, now down to business. As I sat down to prepare this speech, lots of memories crossed my mind. As I get older and older, time seems to go by very quickly, and the past several years have been no exception. Though it seems like only a week or so ago since Jamie and I first met, it's actually been 5.5 years. I met Jamie for the first time way back in February of 2008. I remember that night vividly. Y'all will remember it too. It was the night that the Giants beat the Patriots in Super Bowl 42. She laughed at all our stupid jokes. She ate raw oysters with our extra hot cocktail sauce. She high-fived my best buddy Dan, and she helped us all to enjoy what was to be the first of many, many fun times with our little family. Jamie, in the years that have followed, you and I have shared plenty more great times. There was the fateful and unexplainably stupid night that we swam in the pond behind my dad's house. With others who are present but will remain nameless. There was the time we drank Jaeger bombs and sang songs until well past the time at which we should have gone to bed. There were the Christmas Eve suppers in Kempsville. And there was the time not that long ago that we spent hours on the porch in Cape Charles commiserating about the fact that my dad would never propose to you. And those have been among the times that have brought us all here tonight to celebrate this event. Jamie, you have been the most loving, faithful, and caring woman I could ever hope for to keep my dad on the straight and narrow. I've known my dad for almost 31 years, and I know that he's never been in love with any woman like he's in love with you. It has been an honor for me to watch my dad go through each of the wonderful times and each of the rocky times with you, and I truly believe that he has grown during each one of them. As a relatively young man, it is valuable beyond measure for me to have been given the chance to watch my father become a better person, pardon me, because of the influence you've exerted during the time you two have been together. Jamie, I love you, and I'm so proud and thankful to have you as a member of my family. And for anybody who knows anything about my family, that's an exclusive club, and we don't let just anybody in. All right, that was the long part. This brings me to my dad. The best coach, the best captain, and the best friend anybody ever had. Dad, I love you so much. In addition to being a better father than anyone truly deserves, you've been my confidant, my counselor, my sounding board, my teacher, and the best fishing buddy I could have ever hoped for. Over the years, especially the last dozen or so, your perspectives and guidance have shaped my life more than you'll ever know. You've helped me out of trouble you never knew I was in. You've answered questions you never knew I was asking. You've helped me to solve problems you never knew I was working through. I'm so grateful to have you for a father, and I cannot for a second imagine my life without you as an irreplaceable part of it. You are the man. There you go. All right, let's wrap this baby up. Jamie, Dad, as you turn the page and begin this new chapter, on behalf of all your friends and family, I want to wish you nothing but the best. So, with that, I'll ask all of you to raise a glass, which I don't have, and join me in a toast to the bride and groom. Dad and Jamie, here's to you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Can everybody hear me now? Everybody hear me? When Jamie and I decided to get married, Jamie was in Richmond right after that, and I was down here at the campground when I announced it to most of my friends from down here. And from that moment until today, until now, I've just been amazed at how many people have stepped up to help Jamie and I to make all this happen. And I thought it just wouldn't be right if I didn't just take a few minutes and thank people individually for what they've done. Now the disclaimer is I made a list and I checked it twice, but if I forget somebody, I'm asking for forgiveness in advance. All right, so here we go, and I'm going to try to keep this short, but it's all really important. when I told my sister Linda that we were going to get married, she said, well, what about the invitations? I said, I don't have a clue. She said, I got it. All I had to do was put the stamps on the envelopes. And that she took care of the invitations. And then that brings us to last night when Arlene got us those cool luminaries, right? Isn't that what they're called? We had these big luminaries and we set them off over the water and it was very wonderful and beautiful. And Arlene thought of that all by herself and volunteered to do it and did it. And it was great. And we thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, well, we were going to have the wedding ceremony at the campground. And the reason we were allowed to have it at the campground is because Bill and Judy agreed to let us have it there. If they hadn't agreed to let us have it there, we never would have even had that plan. So Bill and Judy, if you're here, thank you. Bill may be home getting dressed, getting changed. Okay. And then brings us to the ceremony. Alan, look at me. Pay attention. You did a great job. You did a great job. It couldn't have been any better. There's nobody I would rather have had up there with me than you. So thank you very much. Now, as you know, also, as with most of your business dealings, some of them are slightly south of legal. And so, I wanted to thank Bill again for stepping in when it really mattered to make sure that it was all legal. Okay? All right, so you can go. Well, okay. All right, now this next two people that I'm going to thank really, as it turns out, made a tremendous difference in this whole thing. And that's Robert and Barbara.
Yes.
When I announced that we were going to have the wedding, Robert said, where do you want to have the ceremony? And I said, I hadn't thought about it. And he said, well, guess what? Barbara and I are members of the association, the Homeowners Association, or Property Owners Association here. And they said, and because of that, we get the use of this facility one day a year. And they volunteered to give us their one day so that we could have this party here. So thank you very much. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm getting through it, so bear with me. Just bear with me, please. I was telling my mom about all this, and she said, well, Bradley, you got to have somebody to be in charge of the reception. And I said, well, yeah, you're probably right. And she said, I got it. And my mom, with the help of Linda and Scott, Holly and Paul, Uncle Billy and Aunt Audrey, Uncle Bruce and Aunt Sissy, Linda and Neil, put this all together. So thank you very much, Mom, and all your helpers. You did a great job. You did a great job. So then, I'm still telling people about getting married, so I call my buddy, I call my buddy Mark Comboy, and he says, you're getting married, congratulations, are you going to have a party? I said, you know I am. He said, are you going to cook a pig? I said, you know I am. He said, forget it, I got the whole thing. So when y'all start eating in a few minutes, that barbecue that you're going to eat, Mark's been working on all day, and I'm sure it's going to be great. Okay, flashback to when I was announcing the wedding again. Standing on Alan's deck, and Donna's there.
And we're jumping up and down with joy.
Yes.
And I'm over there.
And I said,
We were screaming.
yeah, I said, guess what, Donna? I asked Jamie to marry me, and she said yes. She said, congratulations, I got the cake. No hesitation whatsoever. So when you guys look at that beautiful cake and taste that yummy cake, you'll know that Donna made it. Thank you so much. Okay, now look at those fancy cups everybody's drinking out of. Okay, they didn't just show up by accident. Okay, the reason that y'all have those cool cups is because of Polly and Amy J, Pete and his Jamie, and Emily and Greg. Thank you so much. Lovely. Amanda and Ashley, you did a great job with your decorations today. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Okay, you may have noticed that behind me is a band. And they didn't just show up by accident either. A lot of people helped with that. Todd and Misty, thanks for lining it up. I really appreciate it. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be great. They didn't do it by themselves. Kevin and Nadine, Pete and Jamie, David, and Brian and Kelly, thank you so much for chipping in and making it happen. I think we're really going to enjoy this. I really do. Okay, the deal is now, I'm done. The deal is now.
Rally.
I-
One more.
Lori for the hair.
Lori, thanks for doing Jamie's
Nikki for
hair.
the photography.
Thank you, Nikki.
We're gonna remember people way later.
That's why I apologize first.
And we're sorry if we forget. But Nikki volunteered to do the photography and this dude today because I wasn't allowed to leave the island to go to Moyoc to get my hair done.
Because we don't wear makeup on Bell's Island.
I did. I started.
You started the trend.
But Lori volunteered and that's why we were late.
Okay, here's what's going to happen now. I'm going to introduce the band. Maybe. I'm going to introduce the band, maybe, and then, okay.
Hands drinking your beer.
And then we're all going to eat, and when the band takes a break, if y'all go inside, we'll cut the cake, and that'll be the last thing that we have to do, you know, and then it's on whatever. It's on whatever. Pete, okay, stand by 1 second. Okay, quiet please. Quiet please. Without further ado, I now give you all the way from Norfolk, Virginia, Jenna and the Cow Tipping Playboys. All right, let's go.
All right, thanks, y'all.